Hey everyone, welcome back to Juggling Gym, where my goal is to help you learn how to juggle and have fun doing it. This video is a juggling vlog about my trip to the Kansas City Juggling Festival. When I got to the juggling gym, I was super overwhelmed, not even by the number of people, but just by the fact that I did not know anyone. I felt a lot like I did when I went to the European Juggling Convention last year. Just like when I was at the European Juggling Convention, I took a deep breath and just started talking to people. Now, if you remember from my video with Kirsten, I absolutely love passing clubs. It is my favorite thing to do at my juggling club every week and at juggling festivals. I found a group of people to pass clubs with, and one of them was named Jim. And that was funny to me because there's a very, very popular club passing pattern called Jim's 3-count. And to my surprise, this was actually the Jim who made Jim's 3-count. And it was really fun to get to meet him. We did some really cool club passing patterns, but first I wanted to talk about 3-count and why Jim's 3-count is a cool variation. In my video with Kirsten, we did 4-count passing, which means that we made a pass to each other on every 4 beats. In 3-count passing, you're going to make a throw to the other person every 3 beats. This means that you alternate passing with your right hand and your left hand, and the passes are going to go straight. And the cool thing about 3-count is it's just the same 2 clubs being passed back and forth. Jim's 3-count is a variation where one person is only throwing straight and the other person is only throwing diagonally. The difference is pretty subtle on camera, but I'm doing 2 throws in a row for my right hand and then 2 throws in a row for my left hand, in comparison to regular 3-count where I alternate between my right and my left hand. And the same is true for Jim. I wish we had color coded here, but if you look, you'll see that the same 2 clubs are being passed back and forth even when you're doing Jim's 3-count. You can also do tricks in a 3-count. Here, Jim is doing an on-time double. And then this is a triple. Now I wanted to talk about some of the other patterns that I did with Jim. So we did slow versus fast patterns. Normally when you pass clubs, you're doing the same pattern as the other person is doing. So I'm doing 4-count, the other person's doing 4-count. I'm doing 3, they're doing 3, and so on. But in slow versus fast patterns, the 2 people are doing different counts. So for example, you can have one person doing a 3-count and then the other person doing a 4-count. The person who's doing 4 throws has to do 4 throws in the time that the other person is doing 3 throws. This means that the 4-count person has to go as fast as possible and the 3-count person has to go as slow as possible. I'll have another tutorial that'll go into this in depth, but this is just the overarching idea. We did lots of different variations, but 1 versus 2 count shows the best on camera, I think. I'm in a 2 count, which means that I'm doing a throw on every other beat. Jim is in a 1 count, which means he's doing passes on every throw. I really like doing this pattern, just the contrast with the 1 count and how they almost collide. It's just a really, really fun pattern. I highly recommend it. On Sunday, Justin showed me a few different passing patterns that I've never done before. This first one is with balls, and it's a 5-ball pattern with 2 people, so it's actually fairly slow. But basically, we're doing a W pattern back and forth. So that's the basic version. And then there's another version where you reach in and you steal the ball from the other person. This one was a little bit tricky in the beginning because you have to get used to not catching your ball and letting the other person catch it. But after a while, it feels like pretty smooth. Then you can add in these spins, which are not that difficult because you're not juggling at this point, but they look really cool. These next couple of tricks are based off of the shower. We're passing balls together, but we're doing it in a shower pattern and we're rotating in a circle. It was a little tricky, but not too much different from just doing a shower by yourself. We also did a side-by-side shower, which was pretty cool. It was a little weird getting used to passing to someone like that, like standing next to them, but it wasn't too difficult. So these are definitely very accessible tricks. Then we tried passing 8 clubs. I've never passed 8 clubs before. I've passed 7 and I'm like okay at that. I was a little bit dubious if we could get 8 to work, but we tried it. It was a little bit difficult in the beginning, but I actually got it. I was also getting really good passes from Justin, which made this thing a whole lot easier. But this was a great way for me to end the juggling festival. I had a great time. I'll see you on the next video. Keep juggling and have fun.